Hello and welcome to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life today. And today I'm going to be doing something Turner-esque. I'm not even going to attempt to say I'm going to be painting a Turner because I'm not that good. But we'll see what we can do. I just like this effect. Let's have a quick look at the palette. I got some French ultramarine blue, some Prussian blue, some mid yellow, some Naples yellow, some yellow ochre, some burnt umber. I've got a little bit of vermilion. I might actually chuck some black and some white on that palette in 1 second. But before I do that, I've got a size 20 brush. I've just moistened down the palette. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this Naples yellow because all I want to do is just put a very thin coat of Naples yellow just into the sky like this. Very thin, like that. There you go. Little Naples yellow, little bit of yellow ochre. I'm just going to put a very light glaze of colour. Now I'm painting on cardboard. I can get away with painting this on as thin as I want, really without any assistance with mediums and things. But if you're using a canvas panel or a canvas itself, then please pop along to www.clive5art.co.uk. Get some a medium mix if you can, and that's going to aid with the flow of paint, and also it's going to stop that paint from flaking away, because if you thin your paints more than 40% with water, that's exactly what's going to happen. Might not happen immediately, but trust me, it will happen. But as I'm saying, I'm painting on cardboard today, so it's not so bad for me. Cardboard is very absorbent. It's going to soak in the paint and the pigment, and it's going to hold in place like that. So very quick, easy, toned canvas panel. Canvas, or in this case, a piece of cardboard. So I'm just going to add some white and black onto my palette, and as I do that, we'll just show you a quick introduction.
It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
And we're back. Thank you very much for watching that introduction. So I'm just going to be using smallish brushes today. Hopefully this is a size 8 short flat. So I'm picking up some white paint like that. I'm also going to be picking up a little bit of Prussian blue into my brush, and I'm just going to basically paint it in like this. Little blocks of paint like that. I want some brush strokes showing. Now you can thicken up your paint if you want to thicken up your paint. You can thicken up your paint with a little bit of my thickening agent, which you can get on the website, or if you use a heavy body paint, you can do that. So very similar to like painting oils and things. Let's just get a little bit of French ultramarine blue. I'm just going to adjust my seat because it tends to creak and groan, a bit like me in my old age, because that's what I do, is creak and groan. And I don't try not to edit too much of the video out, because I want you to see that this is me just painting. So a bit of warmth in the sky. That French ultramarine blue is a lovely warm type of blue. And I'm just trying to get that in there. And I want this orangey, yellowy colour to come through off the tone of the canvas, which we've just did. And that's important for me to get that colour. You've taken the problems in and time in actually putting that colour on, that ground on us. So use it, use it to your advantage. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to build up a little bit of this sky, trying to blend with the side of the brush, getting a bit of white in there. And the best thing to do with this is not to rush it, and just let it develop just let it develop like this, and using that ground that we've put on there to its advantage. Maybe getting some cloudy shapes in, who knows. We're not really painting as such accurately, we're just using our imagination to bring in shapes into our imagination. You know, when you have you ever done that when you're a child, when you've laid down and you've looked at the sky and you've thought, wow, I can see a pig or a sheep, or I can see cotton wool balls. Whatever you see in the sky is good. It's a little bit better when you're using a slightly thicker paint, because I tend to over thin my paints. I'm just trying to get this Turner-esque looking sky in place here. Again, as I said, I keep going over what I'm just saying. I'm just trying to use that ground that I put in to my advantage, so I don't have to go put in yellow on the canvas, because it's already there if you think about it. So I'm just using that. You might hear the rain bashing itself against the roof of my studio, because I've got Storm Kira battering the UK at the moment. And there's this can you hear the rain? I hope you can. Let's get a little bit of that Naples yellow. A bit of blue. Let's mix a bit of Naples yellow. Let's get a bit of Naples yellow there. A bit of Prussian blue to it. It's got lovely. But a bit of greenish type of undertone in there, like that. Let's get a bit of this coming across there. Bit of yellow ochre in the sky. Warm that colour up. Let's warm that area up like that. Quite thin. That's what I want. Quite a thin wash of colour. There you go. So I got in that bit of warmth in. I'm just going to let that dry for the minute, because I got to think now. I got some yellow ochre and maybe some burnt umber together, because I want to come down like this. So let's just get yellow ochre and some burnt umber. I'm just dragging across like this. Get some more yellow ochre there. Let's get a bit of white into that. There we go. mixing it on the board. Let's get a bit more white in there. Just tapping that in. There you go, just getting a few bits and pieces. Increasing the burnt umber or Van Dyke brown or whatever you're using down there like this. Just getting that covered in like that. Don't worry about painting the edges directly, it doesn't really matter. That's what makes it all look a little bit more rough and ready. I quite like unpainted sections, I really do. Okay, so I got some ultramarine blue, bit of white. Ultramarine blue and white. Bringing a bit of that in across there like that, maybe a little bit of Prussian blue now. Scruffing that in. There you go. So we got, it looks like a sea and maybe a bit of sand and things coming in here. So let's just get a little bit more white. Okay. So I want to put something in the background there now. So I'm going to get some Prussian blue, some white. Right, I'm going to mix some black and some yellow together. I'm just going to paint in some tree shapes. Like that. Quite like that, quite like that. Let's get some black. I'm going to put some shapes in there. Just put some marks in like this. Wow, that's rain is definitely coming down out there today. Put some shadows in there, like that. There you go. Let's get a little detail brush now. Mix some grey up. And a bit of that blue. So a little bit of grey and blue. So what I want to do is just put a bit of headland in. Over there like that. There you go. What I need to do now is dry that with a hairdryer. I'm going back into this sky a little bit now. Ultramarine blue and white, and let's go over that yellow just a touch like that. Maybe over a couple of them trees there like that. Gonna pick up just a little bit of white.
It's time to learn with our friend Clive.
Pick up a bit of sky,
So grab your brush, have
clouds.
a great time. And don't forget to click
There you
subscribe.
go. Okay. Let's get a little bit of white into that green colour, that greenish colour we made there. Because what I want to do is just put a few little touches in there like this, just to maybe just lift the tops of those trees a bit and put some contrast in there like that. Get a script line in brush then. Let's just put a few. Just make sure it's a little bit lighter than that. We want to see them. There you are. Tap it in with your finger like that just to get it a little bit more. There you go. That'll do. That's all you need to do really. That's all you need to do. Okay, so what I want to do now is get some white paint. I'm thinking of a building maybe there. just going to come across there like that. There you go. Watch these careful, these buildings grow on you sometimes. Getting a bit of black on the brush. Across the top edge there, like that. Okay, wash that brush quickly, check my cameras, and get a bit of vermilion and a bit of yellow. Maybe chuck a little bit of yellow ochre into that. We want it to look like some sort of a tiled roof. Maybe a little bit of burnt umber, because we want to darken it up a touch. Put a bit of highlight on that in a second. So we need another roof then, coming down onto this building. Like that. Bit of highlight on that in a second. Let's just chuck a bit of this colour. Just there and here and here and there, like this. We could have maybe something there like that. Just the back end of that. There, we could have another one, maybe just there like that. I'll show you what that is in a second. Right, let's get back into our little detailing brush now. Let's get some of the Prussian blue. Blush and blue and black. So let's put some, let's make sure I don't put too much paint on it. A bit of black there like that. Get the idea. All I want you to do, as I always say, go along and try to improve. Don't be afraid to practice. a couple of little buildings, and then we got some bits and pieces going on here. Let's just get some white. Don't know what these are, but could be little bits of things in the background. Bit of a ladder over there. There's a sail, because that's a boat. It really is. There's another sail there. There's another sail there, all wrapped up. Bit of water. There you go. Just put some little marks here and there, just to let your eye make these details up. That's the thing. It's making your eye seeing, making your eye believe there's things there when there isn't anything there.
It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time.
Like that.
And don't forget to click subscribe.
Let's get a bit of blue, because I want a bit of a blue shadow. It's down the edge of that house there, like that. Here we have got a boat, and a boat there, too much overbrushing can cause you to lose the effect. We'll worry about that after. Let's just change my brush. Bit of yellow ochre. Let's just get a bit of, I'm trying to get a bit of shadow under there. There you go. Let's get a bit of white. Put in some water just splashing up there like that. You get the idea, you get the idea. Put some other things there. I don't know what that is. It could be anything. Could do is have another. Could have one of these posts coming out of the water. Sometimes they've been battered. By the waves. These things are the things that hold the sand back or maintain the sand, so sometimes they break. And you got another one there, and you got another one then. Let's just change my brush because I want a thinner brush. Could have one by there then. That's just going into the sea. Like that. You've got the waves then breaking along there. Like that. Getting a bit of yellow ochre. Put a bit of sand in. Just accumulating in the bottoms of these things. There we are. Could get a brush then and put a little sail there and another sail there, maybe one there. Could get a bit of black and a bit of red, and we could put a shape of a boat or something coming in. Doesn't have to be accurate. What you're trying to do is just give an idea that there might be something out in the water. That's what it's all about. Or all about. That's what it's all about. Getting a bit of water in there then, like that. We could be getting some splashes up. There. There you are. Could sparkle our house up a little bit now with a bit more white then. Let's put a few highlights in. Like that. Get a maybe a lightest patch there like that. Let's get some yellow, and a bit of black, a nice bright green. Let's brighten that up a bit more. A couple of little trees there. Maybe a little bit there as well. There you go. Easy, simple, Turner-esque type of beach scene there. So just play with that as much as you want. I'm just trying to show you a method. You said, as I said, you don't have to be 100% perfect. At a distance, that is quite nice. The closer you sit, the harder it is to see it. But give it a go. If you like what you've seen today, please click the subscription button. Don't forget to click the notification bell and the notifications on your iPhone. Otherwise, you won't get regular updates from me every Monday at 7:30 p.m. There is another video you might be interested in. There's a couple of links down there. So until next time, thank you very much. Bye.